So we've got our second modeling exercise, same website as always, autodesk.com, products, Fusion 360, learning and training tutorials. I got that zoomed in just because it made it easier for me to look at. And 100% might make it a little easier to notice at first. So this is the last one we did, was using lofts and extrudes, or lofts and revolves to build a musical instrument. Now we're using adding features, and this is a gas pedal assembly. This is a pretty impressive drawing. So what's going to get covered is creating additional features to existing bodies, identifying when to use a loft feature in order to connect bodies that have different cross-section geometry, and a few more skilled setups. So we're going to open up gaspedal.zip. So you open up a new Fusion document. I've already completed it here, and the beauty of these assignments is that when you click on Fusion and you just go to you log in and you click on the Files section, under Basic Training, Modeling, there's all these different assignments that you can do. So right now we're going to work on the gas pedal, so we'll double click. And it opens up. And it looks like I may have been in the wrong document. Let's try that again. Gas pedal. No, I have to close it. So it does not let me. Don't save. It's a read-only document anyway, so you shouldn't be permanently editing them. There we go. So this is what it looks like at first. You get a bit more of a feel for what we're working with. So we've got what would be mounted to the firewall of the car and the actual pedal that you press. So going back over to our instructions, first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on a loft. So we have to open up our expand our sketches menu and then turn on our loft centerline. So we can sketches, loft centerline, and we can see a nice line that will connect the two. Past that, we have to click on the eye that's connected to the body, which would be attached to the firewall, and then after that, click on the eye that's on the back side of the pedal, and then we're going to end up with a nice loft. So back up, back into Fusion, zoom in a bit. So up here we've got Create Loft. First thing we do is click on the eye face, rotate the model, click on the other eye face, and you can see that it went straight across. It did not use our arc that we turned on, our loft center line. So if you hop back over to the instructions, you'll see that it tells you to select the loft center line from the center line options. So right here you've got rails, which is just going from one down to the other, and then a loft center line, and it allows you now to choose this curve. And now it centers it along that path, and you can click OK. So step one is done. Looks pretty good. Looks like a gas pedal assembly. Back over. Now we have to turn on our web sketch. So right here we've got a web sketch. And what we're going to end up doing is clicking on the 11 lines that pass through this middle section here. And what the web feature does, if you click on it and just rest your mouse over it, is it creates cross sections from lines and adds them to a solid, so that you don't have to model each individual piece. You can just sketch lines and build it off of that. So we click on web, and then up here we're now going to get to select, and it should allow you to select every line at a time, but for me, it makes me do it one line at a time. So if I click on this, it automatically defaults to 2 millimeters, which is what we're supposed to do in the instructions. And I have to keep going through because it will not let me click on more than one line at a time. But at least the sketch stays up. And there's no shortcut for web, so you have to just be patient. Click through. You still end up with the right result. It just, instead of clicking on all 11 lines and then selecting it. You have to do them one at a time. And I don't know if there's a step I've missed or if this is just a glitch, because you should be able to select all the lines ahead of time. What's nice is it maintains within the boundary, and it keeps the webbing inside the pedal. It's a pretty impressive feature. I missed one line there, and they're all 2mm webs that we're adding. And we've got a few more, and web. This should all just be one tab, but you can see down in the design history. Move that out of the way. You can see down in the design history that I've added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 webs. So that's all done. And we can hide that sketch now. And if you rotate, you can see what I mean. You can see the material added to the inside of the pedal in order to make it stronger. So next past that is we have, see, you should be able to select all 11. It was only letting me do one at a time. So it's a little bit inconvenient, but it still gives you the same final result. Now the next is this rib feature that has to get added at the top of the pedal assembly. So you can click on right and rotate it. Now we have to activate our rib sketch, which is this line here. So create rib and then select a curve, which is right there, and 7.5mm is what it should be set to, and symmetric, so it goes both directions, it stays centered. There we go. Now it's gonna tell us what we just talked about, and now down here, to see if we've got this right, we want to check and see if we have to set our physical material to ABS plastic. Where does it say that? Navigate to plastic, ABS plastic, and we should have a 262.074 gram solid model. So we go up to the top, gas pedal, so it incorporates the entire model. Physical materials. Move that out of the way. Plastic drop down, ABS plastic, drag it over onto the model. You can close this and you can see the color changes. And now if you right click on the model and you go properties, we'll see that its mass is 262.074 grams. So we have got this correct. So follow along, give that a try. You're going to end up learning about using the Loft, rib, and web command, which are all impressive ways to model within Fusion 360.